The college basketball experience November 6th pregame show edition on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with that promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick and first time deposit. Offer up to 50% deposit bonus in cash. That is the Underdog Fantasy promo code TCESGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. Start crushing college football, NFL, and college hoops. Get over there. 7-day free trial today by going over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That is the sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Welcome, everybody, into the college basketball experience pregame show, November 6th, a.k.a. Wednesday in college hoops. In full transparency, I don't know if anybody noticed, the ads or the intro roll went down as soon as I hit live. So I went right off the top of my head, and you can tell I've been doing enough shows where I made it look smooth there, baby. So I want to tip my cap to myself here to start off this pregame show. But we got a lot to talk about, so enough of me bragging about how I did the pregame pre-roll with no ads in front of me. First off, I'm Moneyline Mac, aka the former video coordinator for Bob Huggins and Frank Martin. Also known as Mac Tonight, and you guys can see on youtube.com/the college experience. We got two new faces, baby. Shout out to Troy Tuning and Cannabis Capper holding it down the last couple nights. They will be back, like you said. We're gonna have multiple guys on all season long. But first up, this guy, he's been on both guys have been on the show before in the past. I want to introduce Michael Huffer from the Pump Fake Pod. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, Ryan. Good to see you. Really pumped and honored to be here, and just happy to have hoops back. You know, it's the best time of the year of sports.
No doubt, indeed, and also from the Pump Fake Pod. So we got this is a Pump Fake Pod on the college basketball experience, baby. I'm the honorary guest on the Pump Fake tonight, baby. Is CBB Nick? We've had him on as well. He's also been on the pregame show. Nick, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, guys? I'm hyped. These last couple of days have been awesome. I'm glad we're back in the full swing of the season, so I'm excited.
Indeed, and we did put Wagner and Rutgers at game literally just tipped, so I want to get right into it. Rutgers opened 20.5 last night, down to 17.5 at the tip. I know that you can't get the opening number. Did you guys place anything on this? Just out of curiosity.
I actually placed Wagner plus 20 earlier this morning. I think I liked him even without the player being out for Rutgers. I think he's very good. It's obviously why that line moved. 2.5, almost 3 points. But yeah, I really liked Wagner. I think they have a lot of experience on that team. They got good guard play, and I think it's just going to be a slow, grinded out game. So if I'm catching 20 with Wagner, I'm all in.
Yes, no Ace Bailey, as the chat is alluding to. Mike, did you get any action on that game, or did you just wait for the 7 o'clock slate?
I waited till the 7 o'clock slate. I'll be eyeing it though. I've been liking these live totals, kind of. Rutgers would scare me just for how Steve Pikiell's defense plays. So no bet for me yet. I had to give one out. I guess I'll battle you, Nick, and think Rutgers can win by 20, and we both win there.
Yeah, there you go. You hit it a happy middle. I got in on the 6 o'clock slate. It was not Rutgers or Wagner. I have Mercyhurst plus 10. That line's down to 7.5. They just tipped off. Don't ask me what fucking channel. I'll just check it at the end, or maybe it's on Flow or some bullshit. So shout out to Noah Bieniek in the chat. Like and subscribe our show. Help us help you. And Noah will be here in a little bit, but he had a little technical difficulties. Had to go check on the Lambert and make sure it's still driving. So let's get into the next game on the dock. That is the 7 o'clock window, Lehigh and the Georgetown Hoyas. Year 2 of the Ed Cooley era tips off here in the nation's capital. Lehigh got absolutely embarrassed by Northwestern the other night. Dude, I'm not going to lie. I picked Lehigh to win the Patriot League. I actually like their team with the experience coming back and the way they finish. I took them again tonight, so hopefully hopefully I'm not just going down with the sword here because they look like shit. Nick, where'd you go in this one?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I saw something funny on Twitter. I thought it was like, I hope, it was a Ken Georgetown get the upset tonight against Lehigh. So I'm kind of with you. I like them. I gotta see this Georgetown team out, see how they play, transition into year 2. We'll see. But yeah, I'm not riding them for sure.
The line is 14, by the way. So, Mike, how about you? Where are you riding in this game?
Yeah, I think it's right on the number. Georgetown Lehigh will be in this game, but I think they'll end up backdooring while Georgetown pulls away, and just they'll never be able to actually fully pull away from that number. And it's more of a fate of Georgetown itself, of what we've seen the last handful of years, especially since the betting market's been opened up more. Georgetown's been pretty awful, so I think the number should be around 10, even though they got blown out by Northwestern. So I like Lehigh 14 or 12.
And Hasty says that it's not on SEC front. So, and Noah reminds us, chat. We'll get to the chat Q&A portion of it here in a little bit, but throw a couple games in there that you want us to talk about. All the games are on the left-hand side. We'll run through that. It kind of looks like PTI with the way Bieniek got this thing set up. It's looking nice and clean. And the main SGPN show does that as well. Speaking of the main SGPN show, we are part of the Sportsbetting Podcast Network, and we need you to help us out. So get on over there to the College Basketball Experience, Apple, Spotify, and help us help you by liking and subscribing to the channel. It really helps the algorithm and the growth of the show. YouTube, Apple, Spotify. Leave a 5-star comment, even if you hate my ass. Be like, hey, that Matt guy's a jackass. But yeah, leave a 5-star while you say whatever you want to say to me. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings, baby. So get on over there, help us help you. Leave a 5-star over there to prevent corporate gambling from winning. We are also brought to you by the proud sponsor of Underdog Fantasy, and if you see right above Michael's head, the promo code is TCESGPN. Guys, I know you guys like to get out a little underdog action as well. Mike, is there any action? Or I'll let you. We've been doing 4 legs on this underdog entry, 2 legs for each guess. So, Mike, where do you want to go with leg number 1?
And these are props, correct, of what I've researched from the show. I'm gonna have to go with the backcourt from my hometown or team of the Indiana Hoosiers. They finally got a good point guard. I'm gonna go Miles Rice, 15+ points, minus 104 on FanDuel, but I'm sure on Underdog it's right around that number of even. Miles Rice adds that addition to the backcourt that the Hoosiers have just lacked. Malik Renault's just a little too juiced at 15+. I know that offense will still work around Malik, but with the addition of Ballo, I think Rice will be able to adjust and get at least 7 or 6 from the free throw line and be able to make enough baskets, I think, to easily eclipse the 15+. So I'll go with Miles Rice. 15+ is my first one.
I like it. So leg number 1 is Rice higher, 15.5 points over at Underdog. Nick?
I'm looking into actually, Mike, do you have another one? Can you buy me a second here? So
here, I'll fill it in.
I passed it to buy a second.
Here, I got you because we got Noah Bieniek, Johnny Broom.
That's so
Auburn,
funny. That's like who I was looking at too.
Higher 8.5 Rebs.
Love that.
Get some boards. So shout out to Noah Bieniek. I see. Do you guys like Pop Isaacs? Higher 13.5 points in his Creighton debut. We'll throw that one in there.
Yeah.
And then we need one more. Bieniek likes John L. Davis, Arkansas. He loves Arkansas tonight. Lipscomb's going to give them boys a game.
He's going lower 20.5 P.
He's going lower.
Yeah.
I know something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's fading him a bit.
There you go. You're a sharp guy, Noah Bieniek, giving out an
There you
under,
go.
baby. So let's put this together. I'm seeing 12-1 over at Underdog. Higher 15.5 points for Miles Rice in his Indiana debut. Higher 8.5 rebounds for Johnny Broome in their opener, and then higher 13.5 points for Pop Isaacs in his Creighton debut, and then lower John L. Davis 20.5 points and assists. Get on over there, Underdog Fantasy, promo code TCESGPN. Shout out to Chad G in the chat. He's a maniac. Let's get over to our next game, and this game is fucking awful. UConn is taking on Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart actually looked all right the other night. They covered against Temple. They were honestly winning for probably about half of the game.
Yep.
This line was like 33 last night, up to 36 now. Give me the points.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm on him. I'm on plus 35.
Oh, yeah. So. I love it.
I'm on him as well. This could be our first triple lock. So, get the numbers. It's just too many points. We'll probably be sweating and clenching a little bit, but give me the points. If they lose by 36, they'll be great. 35.
We're taking the points of Sacred Heart against UConn. What could go wrong? Oh, man. No, definitely a triple lock on Sacred Heart. I agree with you. It's too many points, man. They're going to win by 27.
They're going off old UConn numbers, I feel like, too. It's an old new team. The UConn will still drill them, but hopefully not by 40 or something. So
yeah, I'm with you. I think we're going to get a nice discounted price on UConn all year because they're going to think that they're UConn of last year. They lost a lot. I know they lost a decent amount in the first championship team, but they lost everybody else that was left from that first championship team with the second team. So outside of Caravan's the only guy that's still there. Mahaney, it's going to take a minute. So, yeah, Sacred Heart. This game is also awful. Notre Dame, Stonehill, year number 2 of the Shrewsbury era in South Bend. This game is 27. I think it was 26.5 last night. Nick, I took the points. I'm not really running over there to bet this one. I took the points with the Graveyard. You got anything on this one, Nick?
Yeah, I'd be with you on that one too. I think like these big spreads like this, I'm kind of just wary, especially in the beginning of the season with these teams to lay that many points. So I'd like to see at least how they play out, just, first couple games. So yeah, I would just take the 26.
Mike?
I'll battle you guys and think Notre Dame just comes out hot and drills them under Shrewsbury, but no bet for me because I agree. I don't love this game and just couldn't feel a read for it, but I'll be contrarian, and I think Notre Dame can get it done and potentially win at least by 26. I know that number jumped, but maybe you can have a middle percentage if it goes up to like 30 or something live.
That's why you tune in, baby. Troy in his first half money lines where he hit South Florida against Florida the other night, and you guys are looking for nice little middles here in live betting. Campbell, Virginia, this is a bet for me. I took Campbell last night 17.5 down to 16. UVA is not really a good team in my opinion. I think that they've overachieved like crazy in the Tony Bennett era over the last 3 to 4 years. Now they don't have Tony Bennett, so I think they're going to struggle to score. I think they're going to win like 50 to 39 or some shit, 50 to 40. And I think Campbell, I just think that they're able with some of those guys coming back to keep this within the number. Nick, what do you think here?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the Tony Bennett thing was kind of crazy to just last second announce it. So I think he's obviously a huge part of why the team was successful, but I still agree with what you said about, they were overachieving these last couple of years. So yeah, I just think it's going to be a low scoring gross game. So we're getting 16. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I about took the under in this game, but just knowing the variance of Virginia, I think I'd have to go with you guys in Campbell just for how low the total is in the high spread. Campbell's a good team. I know they played some D3 team, Pfeiffer or something, to win by 50, but Campbell's kind of came along the last couple of years program-wise. So, yeah, I expect them to be in this game or even hit the under was what I was leaning towards too as well. Oh, bad word.
No, yeah, you can't say the L word. You got to sway, or otherwise you'll be fined by the main guys. Let's Noah, let's come back to the chat in a little bit when we get a couple more games from everybody. I know that there's only, I mean, it's kind of a limited slate in terms of like we can't fly around. Like we're picking 10 games and there's only 20. So if it's not one of the 10, throw it in the chat and we'll touch on it. Maybe one of us has got a bet. But let's go over to the marquee game of the night, and that is the Catamounts of Vermont are taking on Auburn, the Tigers. Noah Bieniek's national championship, the Auburn Tigers. Vermont coming off the big win the other night at UAB. They made me look like a dumbass. That was a great win. I thought UAB would come out and control the tempo. I think Auburn's going to drill them by 20 plus. I think the second game in three nights, you're playing an athletic team as another really athletic team, a fast team. And we just see these teams in the jungle. You may be within 7-8 points, and then all of a sudden, boom, a 15-0 run. I like that. I like those Auburn guards are fast, and they just seem to play at a different pace in that jungle. So Johnny Broom mentioned it already, higher, 8.5 rebounds. And then I'm going to lay it with the Auburn Tigers. I know this game is steaming up as well. I'm seeing Auburn laying 17 now. So gave out 15.5 last night. I still would lay it at 17. How about you guys?
Yeah, I'm with you. Like you said, I think they got Pegues from Furman, who we know has like been around for a while. He's a great 3-point shooter. They have a lot of good 3-point shooters on this team, and Auburn plays with a ton of pace. I have a system play, the over in this game. It's top 50 possession length versus bottom 50 possession length teams. The slower team just tends to play up in pace, so I expect Vermont to have to pick it up to play against Auburn because they're going to run it up, like you mentioned. So I would lay the points with Auburn, and I'm on the over officially.
Yeah, hate fading Vermont just because I'm with you, Mac. I was on UAB for some reason, fading the Catamounts just based on the pace of play. So I think Vermont will be able to keep up with Auburn for the first part of the game, but then it's going to be where that 17.5 will probably get hit. I was leaning towards the first half over, and I'm going to take it 66, 67.5. I think Auburn could easily get 40 points. And Vermont should be able to, if they're covering that first half or close to that number, should be able to eclipse that total of 66 and 67. So I even like the first half with you, Nick. And last time we had that, it worked out pretty well with Southern Illinois. So,
yep.
All right, Huff, let's get over. So, yeah, we all like the Tigers of Auburn. So let's go over your game. Let's talk some Hoosiers. This line's actually come down, hasn't it? I think it's sitting at 26.5. I think it was at like 29 last night. I'm taking the points, man. I think Indiana's going to win by 20, but 26.5 for a team that hasn't played together yet, a lot of new pieces. Don't get me wrong. I think Illinois is not going to be in danger of losing this game, but give me 26.5. I'll take the points.
Yeah, advise the home team. This is a heart bet. I think Hoosiers can get it done and cover the number, so I'll battle you on that. It may be a heart display and pick, but with all the hype going in, I know Woodson knows this number. I just have a feeling that they do, and they want to win. They couldn't cover against Army last year. They couldn't cover against Morehead State, and I would say Morehead State's a comparable team to SIU Edwardsville. SIU Edwardsville is a good team to be catching 26.5. So I completely get your side there, Mac. But I just feel like this Hoosiers team going to come out hot. Assembly Hall is going to be rocking. They got a lot of expectations like they always do, but there's some legitimacy behind this year. And I expect them to get it done and hopefully can win by 30 plus. And I'll sprinkle that at plus money on FanDuel and DraftKings.
Oh, nice. I like that. A little plus 30 points, dog.
30 plus.
Yeah. Nick, you got anything in this, man?
I don't have anything officially, but I think I'd have to ride with Huff and his Hoosier boys on this one. I think they're just a really solid squad, and like you said, Woodson probably knows the number, wants to come out with a statement W. So I'll lay the points with him.
All righty, Edwardsville, let's go. The Mets kids are going to Creighton, where they are going to get absolutely drilled. Creighton's laying 29.5. They're a team, Creighton, I like to lay it with, man. They make shots at a high clip in that arena. Omaha in the middle of nowhere, as Rothstein says. The Mexicans, I do like the hire coming over from BYU. But I just the experience, Pop Isaac's into this lineup, Kalkbrenner and Ashworth back. I think Creighton by 40. How about you guys?
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not afraid of these numbers. Even though I just gave out Sacred Heart, it's a display of Creighton just coming out with their up-tempo pace that we know and love. It's going to come down, of course, to them being able to hit shots, which we didn't see them do early on in the season last year as much as we expected. Different team, though, and hopefully their size can get it done. Another play that I'm looking at is UT Rio Grande. I can't even say the full name on live. It's a tough. Mexicans under 64 and a half team total points, even too. If you believe in Creighton getting the number done, that's another angle to look at. So I'm with you. Go Blue Jays here.
Like it.
This one was tough for me because I saw it at 30.5, and I was honestly leaning with UTRGV because Creighton is so streaky. Like when they're on, they'll run you out of the fucking gym and they'll win by 40. But when they're off, Grand Valley could hang in there. And like you said, I like the hire from Pope's staff at BYU. But it's come down, which I guess I would have to side more with the Blue Jays, but I don't have a play personally.
Second game of the night that I'm really looking forward to is Lipscomb and Arkansas. Lipscomb, tell you what, they looked good the other night. Me and Noah both had them both winning the A-Sun. I don't think there was anything fluky about what they did the other night. They controlled that game against Duquesne. I know Noah loves Arkansas. He's TMZing it up here with Calipari. Calipari plays with this food in these bye games. I mean, how many games did they lose in the past couple of years at Kentucky to inferior teams? Lipscomb's already got a game under their belts. I know it's a tough travel spot, but I'm fading these tight teams coming out of the season. Everybody wants to crown all these portal teams. I will take the points with Lipscomb. I think Arkansas wins by 7.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there too. This is one where I didn't bet, but had Lipscomb on my sheet just because of the fate of Arkansas. For how hype that they had coming in, I'd expect the number to be a little higher. So maybe they're banking on Lipscomb's win against Duquesne, like you mentioned. This is one of the best mid-major teams that I think in recent history. Just overall, and they always play these teams tough. I know they covered against Wake last year, so yeah, I'd have to go with you there on the 14.5. I think it'll be a little clenchy though at the end maybe, and Arkansas tries to pull away, but they're spot on with this number. So yeah, I have to go with the Bison there.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Obviously, you can't really look into all the data from that game against Duquesne, but Lipscomb's defense looked legit. Held them to 30% from 3. They shot 60% from the field. So I think if you can, sort of replicate that, obviously it's going to be hard to hold Arkansas to 72 points. But 14 points is a lot, so I think they can definitely hang in there.
And I know Chad G. I don't know if Chad G's still in here. I know he tweets out sometimes whenever he sees line freeze. This one is froze. This one is not wavered off of that 14.5.
Yep.
So I think despite looking over at VSiN right now, Arkansas is getting 90% of the tickets and money, and this thing is just staying. So I think Lipscomb a little sharp side here tonight. We'll see how we do. We're going against Bieniek's LeBaron here.
All right. I'm adding it to my to the bet slip. Then we'll take Lipscomb. Let's go. We need an 8 o'clock play outside of the Hoosiers. So
let's go. Next up, Oakland going to Boise State. Oakland. Campy was unhappy with this team the other night in the D3 game. Listen, I love Oakland. I love the culture of the program. I think they're going to get absolutely drilled here. I love Boise's returning production. I love Leon Reister. My pick to win the Mountain West. Elevation game, too. I think this is that, oh, man, Oakland beat Kentucky in the tournament last year. They're getting 17.5 now. It was 15.5 on the show last night. I think Boise puts it on them here, man. They drill teams at home that are usually inferior to them. So give me the Broncos. Give me the blue turf. They're rolling in football. I think they're going to start rolling in basketball.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do think Boise State is going to roll them. And like you mentioned, Boise State really only struggles when they're away from home. And Oakland lost a ton of production. I know us at the Pump Fake, we were all over them like all season last year. They were covering machines, at least to start out the year. But I do have the over in this game. I think those guys that he brought in over at Oakland to, replace the shoes that he lost are good guards. And like you said, they didn't shoot that good the other night in that D3 game. But I do think that, once they find their rhythm, they can definitely put up points. So I'm thinking it's going to be, like an 85-68 type of game, something like Boise State's still going to cover. But I think Oakland will be able to score. So I like the over. And that's plummeted too. I think it opened at like 146 and it's all the way down at 141.5 now. So. Yeah.
I like it, Nick. Mike, how about you?
Yeah, I think Boise State's got to come in high with momentum. You see a coach already pissed off. Respect Greg Campy, of course, but when you see a coach pissed off at a D2 team, and they do I expect them to be resilient and bounce back this early in the season? I don't think so. This is probably their wake up call game, and definitely Boise State. And another shout out, I think team total for Boise State's up for grabs at 78 as well. If you believe that they can cover this number, they're going to be able to score 80 points, or at least they should. I'm with you guys again. I think this is a chalky night for me, at least.
It's usually chalky in the beginning of the year. I mean, speaking of chalk, I mean, you guys saw the stats from opening night. It hit at like a 65% clip, and then last night I chalk city'd it up. I mean, you guys know me. I hate taking chalk. I live off dogs, and I was like, I'm not fighting it. I'm not going to be this proud guy that just gets his ass kicked and going 2-6. So I laid the chalk, went 5-3, and it's just there's a different level in these bye games when the road team, I think, puts all this effort into it, and then the game just gets away from them at the end, and then they kind of throw in the towel. And then now we're starting to get some second game in 3 night scenarios. They just played a game, and the referees are fucking them. So, yeah, there's a lot of different dynamics. Lay some chalk early in the year. I'll come in on the dogs heavy come conference play. So, God, what damn it, I can't fucking do this shit tonight. That's why I need Bieniek to do it, because I'm a technology challenge. I just look like I know what I'm doing because I hang out with Colby, who's even more technology challenged. So, chat, I saw throw in a couple games. Let's talk about it. And shout out to Frank. Shout out to Frank for $1.99 super sticker. I like that. Oral Roberts, Minnesota. Ben Johnson and company, they lose a ton, but I'm still laying it, man. They drilled these teams last year. I still think Minnesota is going to be all right this year.
Yeah. Shout out TVPJ. No cocktail run yet for Mac, but yeah, that's I'm telling you, Minnesota is being disrespected by the books. This is a number. I don't know if they're thinking because Oral Roberts has been a solid mid-major team the past few years, but this Minnesota team, like you mentioned, Mac, was just drilling teams last year at the beginning of the season. I feel like Ben Johnson knows the number based on that. It definitely wouldn't take first half spread, but love the 15.5, as I think that they can get it done by 2022.
Yeah, Minnesota's got some good size down low too with Garcia, and they brought in Mitchell from Canisius, obviously like a step up in competition for him. But those are big guys that can easily give you doubles every night. So I think their front court is really strong, and they have 5-6 guys averaging double-digit points coming in. So I think Minnesota will be good.
St. George, Kirby Floyd, BLM 69. That was a tongue twister right there. You got a little bit of everything in there with that name. So thank you for tuning in, sir. Pepperdine, Western Illinois. This game is I know last night I think we picked it at 3.5 or 4. I think I locked it in on Tally site. Western Illinois +3. I'm seeing 5.5 now. I'm on the Leathernecks. I guess I made the line moving against me is usually not the most reassuring feeling, but sometimes I swear to God, the line, if you fade the line move, like McNeese the other night on opening night, like shit was 6.5 when we picked it. I said, get it before it goes to 10. It didn't even go to 10. It went to like 11 or 11.5, and they lose the game outright. A lot of groupthink, I think, this time of year. So yeah, I'm still on the Leathernecks. Who's Pepperdine be laying 5.5 in a game this early? What about you, Mike?
I'll battle you here just because this is
yeah.
Western. Yes, I mean we just have to. I feel like we've been agreeing a lot, but Western Illinois, they got the job done against San Jose State. That was incredible. So this is their road trip to California, right? Now they're going up to Pepperdine and the Zoe 101 campus. So yeah, I don't love Pepperdine. They used to play a really fast tempo, and they just let me down a lot last year, especially early in the season, and their defense lacks. So will Western Illinois try to control that pace with their offensive efficiency? But I don't know if they can score enough. So yeah, I'll take Pepperdine on the 3.5, but it's up to 5. So that's my least favorite number, I would say, in college basketball is 5.5.
Oh, yeah.
Or all of sports almost at this point. So yeah, that definitely scares me. But I'll battle you and take it 3.5 up to 5.5. Yep. So go away.
Yeah, I think I'm with Mike. I think I'll take the home team. Like Ryan said, they did lose a lot, but I think they're just going to have to battle down low. They don't really have a ton of 3-point shooting on Pepperdine, but yeah, I think traveling all the way out west, coming into the Zoe 101 arena, I'll lay the points with Pepperdine.
You guys don't think the boys from Western Illinois can't get it done in sunshiny California? Talk about a contrast in like style.
They're hungover. They're hungover after San Jose State, maybe.
You might be on to something. They might just be happy as hell to get out of Illinois for a couple days and enjoy that Cali sunshine. So
especially Western Illinois, I know that's a cornfield for sure. I mean, says the guy from Indiana. So
yeah, the Indiana guy talking shit on Illinois. Classic. This one, Monroe, LSU. This one, I think, was 23.5 last night. It's staying there at 23. I laid it with LSU. I know Eli said he took Monroe first half. I like to take the coaches on the hot seat in the opener against inferior opponents. Matt McMahon, I think they need a solid year. It doesn't help that Will Wade was their former head coach, and he's doing wonders at McNeese State. I think LSU drills them.
Yeah, I'd go with you there. I'd even say I'd take the LSU team total and go for the over in this game. I think LSU, when it comes to drilling, they're going to absolutely put up 90 in ULM. And I know Louisiana Monroe has gotten a lot better than the program that they've been, especially in the last couple of years. But this is a spot that's just in-state rivalry, I guess. So give me LSU here, and definitely their team total over. I think they score 90. It's right now it's sitting at 84.5.
Yeah, I like the LSU team total over. ULM's defense and everywhere across the court was so bad last year. It was 351st, an effective field goal percentage. They gave up a ton of threes. Their offense is so bad. Like, this team is just terrible. I'm with you guys. I think LSU drills them, but I like that team total over for sure.
Mike wants to talk West Georgia, Georgia Tech. I took the dog. I took the little brother here. Stoudemire, they played around in a lot of these bye games last year, and then they would go beat Duke and beat North Carolina down there in Atlanta. So make it make sense. I think I know a lot of people are high on the Yellow Jackets. I'm not the biggest Stoudemire guy. West Georgia, I think, keeps it within the number. This line has not moved despite everybody being on Georgia Tech as well. So for whatever it's worth, I guess we got a line freeze here.
Yeah, there's dogs barking outside at the dog park. So I guess that's an indicator that the in-state rivals get it. In-state rivals again, but they get it done. Whatever. We'll put 0.1 units on the money line too. Screw it.
16-1. Let's go. I'll get in on that West Georgia money line. This Georgia Tech shit out of here.
It's their first D1 game, right?
No, they played
Monday.
Did they play?
They played. They got killed, I think.
Yeah, they did. It's
Mississippi State.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, let's take them. Let's speed up the big brother a little bit. Let's stay within that number.
Yeah, let's go. Mississippi State's a lot better than
their defense is stout. I mean, compared to Georgia Tech's, I'd hope. So
they scored 60 on them. I'm actually kind of surprised that they were able to score 60. Helms lay it with Nova. Same logic as I am with LSU. Kyle Neptune, hot seat. These are the kind of games you need to make a statement early. So maybe a Big East team will actually come to play other than St. John's and Marquette.
Yeah, I love Villanova here. This is a bet I already took as well. I didn't see it on the cover, so I figured I'd talk about it at least once. Villanova's good. I even like Poplar points. I almost gave that out to the Underdog Fantasy parlay. So two bets I like there. Columbia's, I mean, they played a lot better than we expected, and they've been. But come on, you're going to go into Villanova. Villanova has been lackluster, to say the least. But this is the year I feel like with their additions that, like you said, a Neptune on the hot seat. If he only wins by 4 points, it's going to be a rough year for Villanova, and he'll be fired mid-season for sure. How that season might go. So yeah, and I don't think Eric Dixon's back this game, or is he? I know he's suspended the first game.
Bieniek said he's back.
He's back. Yeah, love it then, because that size helps down low for Dixon.
Yeah, I think like you said too, with Poplar coming in from Miami or bringing in an experienced guard that can score the ball like at ease, and he's a great 3-point shooter. He can get to the line, drive it too. So, and Columbia's 3-point defense last year was really not that good. I know Villanova really struggled from 3, but they got better as the season went on. So I think if they can, find that rhythm that they once had and just, play through their guards, yeah, they should be able to get it done.
Love it. And I'm seeing the chat before we touch on Commerce with Hasty. Oscar was saying, who are these guys? So, guys, just a reminder, this is the pregame show. This is Mike and Nick from the Pump Fake Pod. They're going to be on here all season long with us, Troy and Cannabis Capper. And I'm not going to say who the other couple of fellas that we're going to bring on. You got to tune into the show. I got to be a businessman. I got to tease out the product. But yes, they do great work, and we're looking forward to teaming up. And Dundee will host a couple pregame shows as well. I'll be the primary host this year, but Dundee and I and Noah will be there every single night on the main preview and picks at the midnight chaos party show that everybody just goes crazy. And so, yeah, where you guys can bet on my cocktail runs and bet on Noah's cocktail napkins. Back to games. I love Commerce. Who the hell? I mean, I this was a puzzling line to me. This one came down, I believe, to 10.5 now. It opened at 13. Who the hell is South Dakota?
Favored 2.5 to Southern. 2.5 to Southern. This is incredible. Is it an overcorrection to their game Monday? I don't know either. So
yeah, I'm all over dude. I think Commerce is live. I think plus 500, man, with the chance to go against a bad South Dakota team. Noah and I had them like last in the summit when we previewed that. So yeah, who the hell are they to be laying double digits? I love Commerce. Nick, how about you?
I don't know. The South Dakota team, I agree with you. I don't think they're very good, and I do think they're towards the bottom of the summit, but they have experience. They have some guards that can put up points. Commerce obviously played Iowa, which is a much better team than South Dakota, but they couldn't make anything from 3. They shot like 29% from deep. So I think, if they're going to shoot like that, I do think South Dakota will be able to score. So now that it's fallen to 10, I would kind of lean with South Dakota, but it's definitely not like a favorite play or anything like that.
You sway to South Dakota.
Yeah, sorry, my fault.
you cock to South Dakota. That's my favorite one that they started giving out. Mike, you said you like the dog here?
Yeah, I'll go with you there. Over the Staples, give me Commerce over the Staples at South Dakota. Home game, going up South Dakota is never easy, but no bet for me. I didn't love this one. All
righty, transition over to our final segment here. Best bets. Where are we at? There we go. Oh, Noah Bieniek coming in clutch. I can't get my fingers there quick enough. Appreciate it, Noah. But what's your guys' favorite? We'll go top 3 tonight.
I'll go first, Mike, if you want.
If you guys want me to rattle off mine while you guys look, I can do so.
I'm good. I'll kick us off. I like the Vermont Auburn over. Like I said, it's a system play that I'll just blindly take every season. Ken Pom has that adjusted offensive possession length. It's just top 50 versus bottom 50. Take the over. Slow team, plays up in pace. So over 143 there. I do like Oakland versus Boise State over as well. Like we said, obviously the front court of Boise with Degenhart still down there. He's going to be a double machine. They're going to score at ease, like Noah mentioned in the chat too. Oakland's defense is going to take a while to, beef up and be good. So I think Boise will score a ton. And I also think Oakland has some offensive weapons. And I like UC San Diego plus the 11 actually at SDSU tonight.
Yeah.
They lost a few pieces over at SDSU. Obviously, Brian Dutcher's taken the Mountain West farther than they've ever gone. No other team can win in the tournament besides them. And they're still going to be a good team. They're going to be a defensive, machine, but it's going to just be a slow grind out game again. UC San Diego has a lot of good pieces, so I like catching the 11 there.
I like it. Mike, rattle it off.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go Minnesota minus 15.5. I like them against Oral Roberts just based on the recent history and what we touched on with not the same team as Oral Roberts, so we know. I'm going to have to go with I guess I'll give out my Hoosiers minus 26, but I'll give two extra ones because that's a heart play. And we didn't touch on them, but I actually like San Diego, the Toros at home minus 2.5 against Ryder. No, Ryder played pretty good, but I mean, come on, this is a toss-up. I'm going for the home court, and I need an 11 o'clock sweat. So when if I either go to bed happy at 1 or not, and then another one we didn't talk about, but I like CSUN today too. The road favorite. Lemoyne's a good team. I think it's an overcorrection from Syracuse. Syracuse is not that good of a team. They have not played defense in years, ever since that 2-3 zone's been gone. So I like Cal State Northridge to get it done today at Lemoyne. I put a half unit on it already. So
and Mike, that one flipped through the zeros since last night on the show. We picked Northridge at +1, and then we were like wrong team.
Really?
So
yeah. I missed the show last night. I watched it this morning. I didn't see Northridge at +1, so that's a great number. I got it at 2.5, so let's hope for the best.
Love it. All right, let's do it. I'll go Lipscomb. Okay, so I jinxed it. Arkansas is up to 16 now, so Bieniek's over there. I think betting on Arkansas. That's why he's moving that number up there. Tick. I don't care. Give me Lipscomb. Give me Lipscomb plus the points. Give me Auburn lay the big number, and give me Boise lay the number. I do love that San Diego matchup as well, Nick. So let's real quick score update before we talk some futures here. I got Rutgers on in the background. They just jumped out to a 25-10 matchup. Noah's confirming it was not his money. He said it's public money, so no LeBaron money there. Mercyhurst is up 1. They're getting 10 against Morgan State. Come on, Mercyhurst. Make me look like a prophet in this 6 o'clock window. And then Maine, the Cocaine Bears off the Duke beatdown, are beating Maine Fort Kent, whoever the hell that is, 36-16. Nick and Mike, I know you guys do futures as well. Any futures, Nick, that you're looking at other than Duke?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love Duke. What was like +120 to win the ACC?
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I kind of wait for these in-season tournaments. I like betting those when they come around. I don't have any locked in right now, but I'll always keep my eye out just for, anything that pops out, any good numbers, or if a team starts slow, you can get them at a better number to win a conference or something like that. But yeah, nothing locked in so far for me futures wise.
Yeah, I have a few locked in. I remember, I think last April, Mac, when I was on the show, we even locked in some futures. Yeah. One of them being the Indiana Hoosiers to make the Final Four and the tournament, of course. I'm the biggest homie that you know. But I locked in Houston. I know that's chalky considering they're number 1 to do the same as well, but locked that back in April, so we're sweating that out. But looking at the Wooden Awards, I can't pick anything really. I guess I would take in the value for like Hunter Dickinson or Johnny Broom, but I don't want to bet Hunter Dickinson. I'm not a fan, so I'll get back to you on the Wooden Awards that I take. And shout out to Rob Donaldson. I know you're an Iowa fan, so I'll take Iowa to make the tournament too at -106. I just saw that on FanDuel, so I think they sneak in 11 seed.
What a random one. And Jeff Sharp likes my favorite. Dude, I'm telling you, Moneyline Mac is evolving this year. My favorite future was a -200. I have never even thought about it, but I saw Vermont minus 200. I'm like, bro, like to win the American East, like, come on, man. Like
Yeah.
that game, they're gonna win that league by 3 games. That should be minus 500.
Is that including conference tournament or regular season? I mean, both are fine.
It's just regular season.
Yeah. Vermont will roll the American East. Yeah.
I was puzzled by that. Yeah, Vermont, Gonzaga parlay. Gonzaga's like minus 500. I know Troy got in on that. But yeah, that'll do it. Appreciate you guys tuning in, everybody. In the chat, make sure you like, subscribe. I know we had over 100 people watching this live. We're going to do this every single night of the season. So make sure you guys subscribe and turn on your notifications. 6 o'clock Eastern. It's one of the big things I've always complained about is college basketball doesn't have a pregame show. They do that kind of the CBS one with those guys, but they don't do it till January when football's over. So we're doing it every single night of the year. The only show that does a pregame show and a pick show every single night at midnight. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. But first, he's at CBB Nick. Go check out all his great work, even though he is a Duke fan. It's all good. We'll forgive him. And he is Michael Huffer. And Noah, put the handle back there. There you go. At Pump Fake Pod. Sorry I don't have everybody's Twitter memorized. So at CBB Nick, at Pump Fake Pod. They're going to be here all year long, and they do great work over there on their show. And go check it out. I know TV DBJ. I always butcher his initials. Trevor is what I call him. He's always over there as well. So we look forward to having you guys. Thank you for your inaugural pregame show, and we'll be back tomorrow on the same show. We'll be back, Colby and I and Noah, later tonight. I think 11 or 12. Go check the notifications. I don't even know. I go show to show. I can't. We don't operate on a schedule. Whatever time we say, we'll probably be 30 minutes late. So handicap that into your plans going forward. Word of advice. So that's all I got, guys. I'm at Moneyline_Mac. Noah Bieniek behind the scenes, the absolute best. Go check out all our content. We are the College Basketball Experts, and we're getting out of here right now. See ya.